We're going to break down the high-energy opening and the driving verse groove of the Rolling Stones' It's Only Rock and Roll. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to play the Chuck Berry-inspired intro, the driving rhythm, the signature verse transitions, and the fretboard map for your own fills. To replicate the studio sound, set your electric guitar to the bridge pickup and dial in a light overdrive, just enough for the signal to break up when you strike the strings hard. This specific pickup choice, combined with an aggressive rhythm technique, provides the clarity needed for the guitar work to cut through the mix. The intro is a tribute to the pioneering double-stop style of early rock and roll, specifically the techniques used by Chuck Berry. To start, lay your index finger completely flat across the top two strings, the high E and B. Next, use your ring or pinky finger to reach the third string, the G string, and prepare to push it upward. This is a critical mechanic. If your bend falls short, the note will sound flat and dissonant, so you must push the string up a full whole step. Now, use your picking hand to strike the top two barred strings while simultaneously holding that G string bend. To finish the riff, toggle your picking hand between the bent third string and the top two strings to create a syncopated feel. Mastering this toggling motion across the double stop provides the tension and volume needed for the track's opening. The verses are built on a foundational E major chord, played with the band's trademark rhythmic style. Keep your strumming pattern locked into straight eighth notes. You want to avoid the natural urge to play with a bluesy swing or a shuffle feel. To keep the momentum moving forward, place a heavy accent strictly on beats 2 and 4. While holding the E chord, use your pinky to hammer on and off the 4th fret of the A string. Combining this rigid eighth note strumming with the pinky hammer-on creates the specific rhythmic chug that carries the song's verses. Underneath the main progression of E, A, and B, the band uses passing chords to break up the standard I-4-V pattern. You'll hear this descending transition every time Mick Jagger sings the line, "Ain't He Strange?" The sequence requires one sharp hit on an A major chord, followed immediately by a single hit on a G major chord. From that G major, you snap quickly back to the home base of E major for the final resolution. Inserting these flat chords, the G and the D, into a traditional blues progression is what gives the song its rebellious grit. Now that you have the rhythm, we can use those same double stop shapes from step 1 to add fills throughout the song. The strategy here is to treat the E, A, and B chords as separate events, adapting your shapes to fit each chord as it arrives. First, locate your root notes for E, A, and B across the fretboard. These serve as anchor points for your fills. When the chorus lifts to the A chord, shift your movable double stop shape up the neck to the A root position. Cautionary: if you slide these shapes blindly without identifying the underlying chord's root, your lead lines will clash with the backing track. Mapping these shapes directly to the chord changes allows a single guitar player to cover both the rhythm and the lead fills simultaneously. You can now integrate all these parts: the opening bend, the driving verse rhythm, the passing chords, and the high neck fills. At this point, you have the mechanical skills to navigate the entire track, shifting between the main rhythm parts and the lead flourishes. When practicing the outro, treat your guitar fills like a second singer, responding to the vocals in a call-and-response pattern. Practicing these movements together offers a clear look at how traditional blues shapes were adapted to create the high-energy rock style of the mid-1970s.